Boom, 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 boom.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? How y'all doing out there? Welcome back to the Soundproof Hunger Room. I hope y'all been all right. It's been a minute, but we back. We ain't gonna leave you like that. And we got a lot to cover today. But first and foremost, how y'all doing out there? I hope y'all doing all right. Got a lot of stuff going on, and we gonna talk about it. 18th, what's happening with you, brother?
What up, dog? What up? Let's go ahead and get right to it. You know what I'm saying? It's during the week, on a school night.
School night.
Let's get right to it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we ain't gonna hold y'all too long, but we gonna get straight to the business. First and foremost, I want to say, man, I just got back from Vegas. Them Falcons and them Raiders did a little dance out there. Somebody had to win. Somebody had to win.
That's crazy.
And I tell people, we tanking for Sanders. We gonna go on and tank for Sanders at this point. So congratulations to them Falcons coming out there. But the thing I want to highlight is, man, we represented out there. It was so many Falcon fans out there. And this was one of the first times I've ever traveled within the U.S., and it was more of us on the plane than them. We was the majority.
Who was them, though?
The white folk.
Oh, you ain't going to them kind of events then, brother.
Well, you know, I go to the major cities. You know, I ain't, you know, what you want me to say, from Detroit to Philly or something like that?
I'm just saying.
So usually when I hop on the plane, it's a select few of us.
Oh, okay.
But this time around, man,
y'all go to Vegas.
Man, they was out there. They was out there, and I loved every minute of it. Every corner you turn around, you saw Rise Up, Falcons this, Falcons that, A this, A that. It was a beautiful thing. So, man, and well, no problems. Everybody had a good time. I think everybody jumped on it because it is Vegas. You know how people is with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People gonna go to that Vegas game.
Yeah, so, but, man, we had a good time and ran into some friends, and everything was smooth, man. I enjoyed myself, man.
No, okay.
Enjoyed myself. But, yeah, anyway, we're going to go on and get into this news. We're going to start off with the something local, something that just kind of put a bug in your ear. If you travel a lot here in Atlanta, you got to understand, and you probably heard that they have like the largest Centurion Lounge. That's their little American Express joint where you go and you sit and you wait for your flight, but you have to be like a certain level American Express, something like that. It has failed inspection 3 times in a year. It ain't even been open the whole year.
Oh, they just nasty.
And it don't fail the inspection 3 times already. The first time was in April, and another time was in June. Both of those times, the score was 71. Same issues. They say they leave the food out too long. The ice ain't right. They got bugs and stuff flying around the ice or whatnot. And they just caught another one in December. The score was 69.
Damn, they just said, I don't even give a damn.
Yeah, 69. So that means, hey, if you going in that lounge, get you a sandwich before you go in there and sit down. Because I know a lot of people go in there just for the solitude or to get away, you know, the little atmosphere. Don't eat the food in there. Just go and get you a little sandwich before you go on in there and sit down and do your little work or read your newspaper, whatever the case may be. But that's bad. That is bad. Bad business. Moving on. President Biden has been on a tear lately of giving out pardons. And I'm all right with it. He first pardoned his son.
For sure.
Yeah, got his son up out of there.
Why wouldn't?
You know. But not only that, he set a record for the most pardons in one day. He did 39 pardons and 1,500 clemencies, meaning people that was on house arrest during COVID and all that got rid of all of that stuff. He did all that in one day. And basically what he is saying, and the nature of those were non-violent crimes in the D.C. area and all that, where he gave all the pardons out. And the other thing was he basically is saying he want to get all this stuff done before Trump's getting into office, because the way that Trump is aligning his office, the people he putting in place, literally already saying they're going to go after the people that they didn't like or that were against them. So really, he just being proactive at this point. And they looking at it like, oh my God, he letting all these people, well, y'all already said what y'all finna do. And y'all getting the people in place that has vocally said they going to go after his adversaries.
Absolutely.
So why not get them out the way?
For sure.
You know, but he catching a lot of slack for that too. What's your thoughts on it?
They all pardon a lot of people that they ain't supposed to.
Right.
That's what they do. So, I mean, this ain't nothing new. I mean, them people was looking at some time, and he knew they wasn't going to get out after January.
Right.
So let me go and get them people out of the way. You know what I'm saying? We move on from there. Well, I mean, every time a president, he about to go, you know, he started letting people out. So my thing is this, though. If you knew them people was sitting there long time before it was time for you to go,
why you wait?
Why you wait till then? Why you ain't step in or, you know, go through what you need to go through to get them people out? You got people sitting in jail for, you know, pardon some people that just, you know, everyday Joe made a mistake. He done served 10. He ain't been in trouble since he been locked. Let him out.
Right.
Let her out. You know what I mean? Manslaughter somewhere, you know, or vehicular homicide or something. Let some people out of jail, dog. You know what I'm saying? If it's supposed to be real rehabilitation, some people done, you know, got in there and did their time and came and they think different. They might have been young when they did it. Might have been an actor this, an actor that. Let some of them out, man. All y'all letting out is y'all cousins. I'm just saying, dog. Like, yo, you want to press me, man? Let somebody out, man, that just in there. You know, yo, the DNA came back. He might have touched the lady on the arm or something. You know, I'm just saying, like, let's let some of them people out, man. I'm tired of hearing about you got to be politically connected to get out.
Yeah.
Or you got to be rich. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to be a prop, like when, you know, what's the young brother named down in Florida? Little rapper. Kodak Black.
Oh, Kodak Black.
Yeah, him. You know, Trump was on the nut then. He wasn't playing. Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was about the money, though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He needed them votes, too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, listen, I just want my homeboy that's been locked 15 to get out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A little drug charge. You know, he did his time.
Well, it's legal. And
come on, man.
Have these
you know
states
what I'm saying? Let's let some of them out, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Man.
Yeah. All right, moving on. More. Well, this ain't political. With this one, I'm going to ask a question while I talk about it. If you remember last summer, Jordan Neely on the New York subway got choked to death by Daniel Penny. He was acquitted on all charges. My question is, do you think that was racially motivated, the actual killing itself? And I'll explain what happened. What happened was Jordan Neely had mental issues. He was homeless. He was on the train. They say he was threatening people, but he wasn't actually doing anything to anybody. Daniel Penny was a trained ex-Marine. He put him in the chokehold to subdue him, and he held him for 6 minutes. 6 minutes is a very long time. Held him for 6 minutes. During that 6-minute time, onlookers told him, hey, let him go. You killing him. You killing him. He still held on to him. Jordan Neely passed away. And eventually, I mean, they didn't even lock him up immediately. It took a minute for them to go get him. But he got acquitted on all charges. So my question is, do you think the act itself was racially charged?
I think it come down to class versus race. Homeless man, guy probably feel like I'm doing him a favor. You You know what I'm saying? He ain't got nothing. He ain't gonna lose nothing. That's how he felt. That's what I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it was racially motivated like that matter that way. Mm-hmm. I do think he got off because he's a Marine. I will stand on that 10 times over. I think if he was a regular individual out here just working, he was a mailman and did it, he'd be locked up. But I think because the man was homeless, they didn't give it the level of care that they should have because of that. No. You know what I'm saying? If nothing more, nothing less. So it's tough, man. But I don't think race played a part in that. I think that was a thing of class.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. I do think it wasn't initially about race. I think the justice system, and I always look at it because the justice system always does us dirty. I look at it, I feel like the justice system was a racially influence on him getting off. Right. Just because, like you said, him being a Marine, I don't think he had been in any other kind of trouble or anything like that. But I think if the tables were turned, if that was a black Marine who choked out a white homeless guy, he would be locked up. That's just my thought process.
I can see how you could say that. You could say that, absolutely. I can definitely see how you could say that. I looked at it from a class thing.
Yeah, and I agree with the class thing. Definitely the class thing. I just think the way the justice system handled it, it was a racial thing, and that's just kind of like what we kind of grown to expect when we go in there. So when we go in there, we gotta be on 200.
That's right.
So that's my thoughts on that one.
Other cop got off too.
Which one?
They shot all them people in the New York subway. Another one that got off. It happened like I'm gonna say 4 months ago, where a guy had a knife or something, and cop just started wilding out, started shooting.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, he got off too.
Yeah, he got off too.
Yeah. See. Yeah. I don't know what to say, and it comes down to where I really think they need to pull this immunity from the police to where they need to go after them directly, to where it's not over the I think over the county or whatever. They go after them and then they decide how it's gonna get handled. Versus
still gonna be blue though.
Yeah, it's still gonna be blue, but if
no matter where you try to put in what state of law, they still gonna be blue.
But I feel like if you can personally charge them outside of pull away, this ain't no cop. Aside from your job.
You can't do that. It ain't possible.
Because they were on the job?
Because we know they're cops.
Right.
Like, unless you find some people that never watched it on the news, they never heard nothing about it, and they don't mention it in the courtroom, that what they do for a living, which I doubt a prosecutor is going to let happen like that. Hey, I hope he's not my prosecutor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I see what you're saying. So if it was isolated away and this happened and they didn't know he was a cop,
right,
then you could just go from civilian to civilian.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
Okay. Yeah, so again, man, this stuff is crazy. In other news, there was
defense attorney, my bad.
Oh, you said prosecutor.
Yeah, defense attorney. Yeah.
Other news, there was another school shooting up in Madison, Wisconsin. Again, I think we talk about, and I think just America in totality is at a point to where there has to be some kind of gun control. You got a lot of people that say they're in our NHR or whatever, in National Rifle Association, NRA. I'm thinking about the racing. The NRA, they want to keep their guns and things of that nature. And I get that. And I don't think that they understand that we're not saying we finna come take your guns from you. It just has to be more gun control on how guns are being issued out and how the process of even just being able to apply for a gun. Because when you look at other countries, like we have the most deaths, we have the most people in jail in the world from guns. And there has to be something done to control how these guns get to certain people, because the average, say, middle class person ain't riding around with an AK in their trunk. A lot of times people get like AK shouldn't even be sold to the public, in my opinion.
Right, I get
Because if you're hunting or you're doing stuff like that, it's no fun in just spraying up a deer. Like, and then I just saw a TV show where down in Louisiana in the bayou and stuff, it's certain laws you can't do even when you shooting. It's a certain time of the month you can't kill, certain animals.
Hunt season.
You can't shoot from the car.
Yeah.
You got to be certain, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I didn't know all those rules. So it's rules even in hunting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So to have an AK, it's no reason for somebody to have an AK.
I don't think people hunt with AKs.
No, I'm just saying that's just one of the reasons I use. Why would we be selling that to
Right.
the public? So it has to be more control on that end. And so anytime I see school shootings, that's what I get it down to, because somehow, one way or another, these kids are getting the guns from their parents or somewhere in the street to where they shouldn't have had any kind of access to those guns. And that was the point that I was making.
I got you.
What's your thought?
Man, we need gun laws, man. We need them bad. But the only way it's gonna happen, like I keep telling you, somebody in Congress gonna have to take a loss.
Yeah.
It's not gonna get pushed in a way that we would want it to until something hits home. Like, cause all they looking at is isolated incident. How many isolated incidents we gonna have before we look at the laws? And until the money ain't as good as it is, which is never gonna change, it ain't happening.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I hope at some point we get to where they really sit down, and even when you look at the legislature now, it's all performative. Like, they just want to take shots at each other, and they ain't really doing nothing.
Ain't solving nothing.
Ain't solving
But
nothing for the people.
That goes back to us.
Yeah.
We leave them there. Career politicians. That goes back to us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's all I got on the news as of right now. But we definitely gonna talk about some of my favorite people that I love to hate, and this one is kind of questionable. Y'all boy Elon Musk. I don't even know his position, but he has a government job now. But he came out, and I had a debate. Shout out Majid. Had a debate with my homeboy Majid. And Elon was talking about how he wants to pull money away from the government to kind of cut out all of the heavy spending that they do that doesn't help us at all. So he was saying he want to put more money into our pockets and cut the government spending. I get it. And I agree with him on that point. My point of view was, I got to look at who's saying this, because I really think this guy is like he's the biggest villain to me in the world, because now that he has the power, he already got the money. Now he's moving in the power to where he can help influence laws and influence things that he wants to have done. So yes, I agree with him on that. But I also have to look at the character who's saying that, because if we give him too much power, we're going to be walking around here looking like our robot in a little while.
We all gonna have Teslas though.
So how do you feel about, and I guess my question from that is, if somebody has something to say and you agree with it, but based off of who they are, should you kind of stand behind that narrative? And Majid was saying that, I do business all the time with people I don't like. I don't have to like them to do business with them.
That's a business person.
Right.
That's business.
Okay. So is that something that you would align yourself with?
In certain ways of business, you don't have a choice. We talked about this a while ago with I think with Flex, about who he would wear his merchandise. But if in a mass production of your product, you don't know who all buys it. The only thing you can do is have a statement afterwards, like, yo, so and so don't endorse whatever. But you're in the business of making money. The relationship things, that's why you won't make no money. Because if you're looking for somebody with a relationship to get your product, 9 out of 10 they coming.
Right.
Strangers make you millionaires.
Yeah.
Friends make you stressed. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. That's what it is. So, I mean, I kind of don't back things that I don't I don't like the people that's endorsing them, I guess.
Right.
If I can prevent buying a product or whatever I do. Like if I don't rock with you, I'm good. Like I ain't had a Papa John's pizza in forever. I don't care what Shaq do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the dude still get money. So I mean, I'm done with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I can do.
Okay.
As far as if it's something that that's the only way I can get it. As far as like certain things is certain people you got to deal with. Then you got to look at the business part of it and don't worry about everything else. Right. How hard that is to do for some things you just can't avoid.
Can't go around. Yeah.
Like you were saying, you'll never own a Tesla because you don't like Elon Musk.
Right.
That's cool because there's so many other brands of cars you can buy. But there's some things that you might be like, yo, I got to do what I got to do because this is the best product of that brand or whatever. So,
and even in saying that, I had found out they were announcing a lot of companies that's literally scrapping their DEI plans or programs, with them hiring diversity, equity, inclusion. And Ford was one of them. And I have a Ford. And it's kind of like, well, okay. I'm not going to sell my car. But and I think they said Target was another one. And it was another store Walmart, not Target, I'm sorry. Walmart. So a lot of people were saying, they want to boycott or this.
Airline coming soon.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, airline coming soon. Just keep watching.
So at that point, like you said, at what point does it stop to where I can and I can't support something, especially based off all this stuff that's now politically forced? Because even with DI, we talked about last time with the affirmative action and the Asians doing that with the colleges or whatnot. And then when you look at the numbers that's happening, their numbers dropped. The reason for them going in there was to say they weren't getting the opportunity they were supposed to, but black folks' numbers stayed exactly the same. Yeah. Their numbers dropped. And I think a lot of minorities don't realize is that we always be at the forefront of starting stuff for minorities. We never get anything just for black people. It's always something to where we start and all the other people benefit from it.
Because we chase dollars. We don't chase foundation. We don't that's not important to a lot of people these days. They just, if they rich, they don't care about a wealthy, well off. Foundation is something that don't have time for because they got what they in it for.
Because I use examples like the feminist movement. Like the feminists, they were trying to get all their stuff done, but until black women joined their cause, that's when stuff started happening. But they didn't get the most out of it. I think every other race got more out of it than black women did.
I mean, because it's no matter what the times is, man. Our struggle still gonna be our struggle. Yeah. No matter who in office, our struggle always gonna be our struggle. Only thing we can do until we get our community together, it's gonna be like that. Yeah. And our community is not. It's so far away from it because every time it seems like something's happening good, they throw some money out there, and the separatism comes all over again.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm through. I ain't gonna mess with Elon no more. But
that man don't care about you.
Right now, yeah, he don't care about me. But I'm gonna speak my truth. You feel me? I had to ride in one day weekend too, but it's whatever.
He was like, "Yo, this is a nice ride."
Yeah, I say that every time I get in there, but he won't get none of my money.
He did.
Nah,
he didn't.
Nah, he didn't.
Yeah, you right.
The Lyft driver did, but
you right.
No, Tesla ain't getting none of my money.
You right.
Moving on, look good news. I like this news. It might not go the right way with some people, which we finna get into it. Caitlin Clark was named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. And during her speech, she spoke about how she understands that her being white in the WNBA, she had certain privileges that the black women didn't, and which is I think 75% black athletes in WNBA. And she also said that they need to do more, the league, or just in general, need to do more in recognizing these black women. Side note, Aja Wilson just got the biggest Nike shoe deal of any female athlete. So shout out Aja. And that was one of the arguments that was happening when Caitlyn got her deal. But it came through, or whatever the case may be. But back to Caitlyn, with her saying that black women need to get more recognition in general. With that being said, of course, all of the conservatives, all these people came out and was dogging her out. And the reason why I think they do that is because they kind of put her out there, and we talked about this before, as if she was going to be this white savior.
She's the Larry Bird of women's basketball.
There you go.
She's a Larry Bird. She's the Eminem of hip hop.
Great analogies.
Like that's who she is. She's didn't ask for it. Probably don't want it, but that's what it is. Come with the business. Whoever wrote her speech, great speech. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it was genuine. I don't know her personally, but you've been very quiet through this whole thing, and you had to win one of the prestigious, magazine awards, and then you come out and cheering for black women. Okay, cool. What now? Because you still put it on everybody else. I ain't looking for Caitlin Clark to save black women in basketball. I want black women to save black women in basketball by stopping all the nonsense and becoming a unified front for their own sport. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, whoever, one thing I love Malcolm X about that movie, and when that lady said, "What can I do for that white lady?" said, "What can I do?" He said, "Nothing."
Right.
Because that's our fight. If it's just like in the movies when, like these little slave movies they come out with, it's always a white person there to save the day. Save y'all own day. Y'all the majority of the sport. The best athlete in the sport is a black woman.
Right.
Is she boisterous like that? I don't know. She better find it. They better find a way. And the worst thing that happened was Cheryl Swoops became a villain in this whole thing because her stance. I mean, she was hating. You know what I'm saying? She was hating.
She was.
But so now you got to find a yesterday's athlete who ain't been vilified and all this to try to help. But did she deserve the award? I can't say she didn't. The impact that she brought to the game, she took a team from nothing to back to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Did she earn it? Yeah. But when it comes to uplifting black women in the sport, their community can do that. You know what I'm saying? Not only just the LT, the alphabet, you know what I'm saying? But the men and women who just like sports and they like watching it can help with that. You don't always need somebody white to come along to help you. You know what I'm saying? I get her speech and all that. I don't believe she wrote it. You know what I'm saying? It was great to say. You know what I'm saying? I just don't believe she wrote it.
I disagree. I feel like because, number one, I don't think Caitlin Clark is one of them people that want to be in front of the camera. Right. She don't want to be I stand for this or I stand for that. Also, even when she got some kind of award, I think Rookie of the Year, something, and she personally wrote letters to all of her teammates and friends and everybody that helped her along the way. So I really think she's a genuine person, but she's not one that wants to be in the limelight and to do this and to do that. So I think for her, on top of when she first came out and she was like this white savior, and they just pushed her in that space.
Absolutely.
And she was just like, nah, I'm here for the game. You know what I'm saying? And all the attention she brings to the game, and yes, she is a white woman, so I think she wants to at least be able to speak what she sees and not necessarily say that she's out there every day trying to help a black person or a black woman, this and that. But I think she's using her notoriety in this space to say, hey, I'm getting a little bit more. I earned it, but I also see that she been a 4-time, MVP, blah, blah, blah. And y'all talk about me more than, and she been here doing this.
Because there's nobody know her.
And so that's what I'm saying with the double-edged sword. So now that I'm here, and now I have made the masses look at this sport, I can say that, hey, y'all need to look at these other folks that's been doing it. Now, I did what I did. I earned it. Like you said, she earned it. But I also think that it takes a lot more for somebody like that to just say, okay, y'all need to look out for them too.
Until she retires, and I hope I hope I'm proven wrong what I'm about to say. Until she retires, black women are the Samuel L. Jackson of this movie. A great supporting cast.
Okay.
Until she leaves. Because let's see what happened when Juju come, next year?
Yeah, I think she got one more.
And let's see if the fanfare get pulled out for Juju.
Yeah.
Or which it becomes something, now we ain't got no money at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, until that's just how I see it, bro. Like, one thing, like, you look at Eminem. Let's take Eminem for example. Eminem always gonna be top selling. No matter how trash it might be, it's gonna be top selling because of who supports him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's always gonna be looked at as this money grab. Money is everything. You know what I'm saying? Aja Wilson is great. You know what I'm saying? What's the young lady down there at Connecticut? She played for Napier. Yeah, wherever I think she play. Yeah, I think she there. She's great.
Angel Reeves.
She all right.
She gonna get there.
I mean, it's just so many you can name. They're gonna be great supporting cast, man, because they've been there, and ain't nobody watching the sport because ain't no money in it. You know what I'm saying? All these NBA players, y'all fake too, because y'all wouldn't go into the games neither. And all of a sudden, I mean, LeBron went. You know what I'm saying? Can't say that. LeBron.
It's a couple of them. Yeah. They don't get the notoriety for it.
I mean, now every time they in the building, the camera on them. They showing that they support.
Yeah.
How long WNBA been around? 20?
20. I think it's 20.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Even speaking on that, the Milwaukee Bucks won the in-season tournament this weekend. I'm bringing that up because Damian Lillard said he's going to give all of his money away to and I think they got like 514K for winning. Each player get 514K, and he said he's gonna give it to the people, the team, like the staff. He said he want to spread it. He said I got money, so he said I want. Yeah. And he's always been the type to kind of get back to his community. So I want to highlight that while we was talking about NBA players. That's why I brought that up. So shout out to Dame, still doing this thing, man.
I mean, he on the squad.
I'm just saying.
You know, I'm just saying, man. They ain't even celebrate from what I understand. They left all that stuff there. They not pop one bottle. They didn't drink nothing. Yeah, they just, I mean, man, it's thrown in, man. That's a money grab.
Yeah, you know literally that's all it is.
So, I mean,
and it's in Vegas.
I get it. But it's all good.
Yeah. Moving on. Let's get into what everybody been talking about. And
Remy and Papoose?
That's what I wasn't going there, but we can go there too. Let's start there. Yeah, let's start there.
You finished?
Yeah, I'm done with that.
I'm talking about with the Remy and Papoose.
No, I'm not finished.
Oh, well, you go ahead and do what you gotta do, bro. Wake me up.
I'm gonna talk about it. I gotta talk about it. First off, okay, if you don't know, Remy and Papoose, they putting all their business out there, okay, about the infidelities, who they mess with now, and this and that. My issue with this, and number one, y'all too old to be doing this, number one. Number two, why do you want the world in your business like that?
They're celebrities, dog.
But it's trash.
They're celebrities, dog. It still pay.
It's trash.
It still pay.
And then you got Clarissa in there, and she's just like, hey man, clean this junk up. I got a movie premiere coming out, and
she involved too, man. She still, it's all bullshit.
So
excuse my language. I'm
just like, this is terrible. But everybody eating it up.
People argue every day, B. Ain't like y'all ain't never seen two people argue, man.
I don't want to see everybody argument though.
Hey man, yours don't pay no money. Theirs pay money, man.
So would you be if yours paid money? Would you be willing to have your business out there?
I mean, I don't even like people to know I'm even. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Right.
Don't know me.
But if you're getting paid for it,
not even that. You know what I'm saying?
Would you? Let's say this. Would you go on Love if you was a artist back in the '90s? You was hot. You did whatever. Like what Lil Scrappy doing? Would you do that?
Nah,
okay.
I got a mama. I got kids. So I got a little more.
Okay.
Than that.
All right. Moving on.
I don't want my mama to see me out there like that.
Well, you get money though.
Yeah. If I'm getting money, I got money. Cause ain't nobody coming to see no regular Joe on Love and Hip Hop. That ain't the. Come on, man.
I'm gonna move on. While we talking about hip hop, more news on the Diddy.
Free Diddy
effects. I'm just gonna say the Diddy effects.
Free Diddy.
That's what it is. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing over there, but I'm gonna let you do that. But with the Diddy effects, the most recent one was an allegation, and I want to make sure I said an allegation on Jay-Z of him engaging with an underage lady after one of them music awards back in 2000. As time went on, it came out that the lawyer was very known for blackmailing people and just trying to get money from lies or whatever the case may be. And now, even further, they're saying that the actual, I don't know if it was the lawyer for the victim or whatever the case, saying that some of the stuff was fabricated.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts on that? Because
this is my thoughts on that, bro.
Okay.
$1 million, $1 billion black men are in trouble. They are being hunted down. Hope something can stick to them so their money can be taken from them. They're getting too big, in some people in society's eyes. Bill Cosby, Sean Combs, OJ, R. Kelly. Granted, they did what they did. I'm not knocking, saying they shouldn't get punished, but they are making sure they drain that pocket before they eventually give them whatever they gonna get them. I think Trump gonna actually pardon Diddy when he gonna get involved in that when he get out, because I think he involved in some of that. I ain't sure. Don't quote me. You know what I'm saying? But so
I can see the connection.
You know, they tried to get Russ. Russell said, "I'm going to Bali." You know what I'm saying? So if you look at when black millionaires, billionaires get in trouble, they like to do whatever they can to drain their money. You know what I'm saying? And then they just like, oh my God, he's going blind. Let him out of jail. Y'all done took millions from this man. You know what I'm saying? Talking about Mr. Cosby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got it now. R. Kelly can't receive no money because he was still getting money off his streams. He was still one of the highest stream artists, and they took it now. He can't even get that.
Where does it go to? You know,
the victims.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I got a feeling about that too. You know what I'm saying? Only person that ain't touched in that manner because he ain't got that far into it is what's my man on the Weather Channel?
Oh, Byron Allen?
Byron Allen. You know what I'm saying? He ain't did that, but they won't let Byron Allen have nothing.
Right. He been trying
like everything he tried to do,
yeah.
They shut that down.
Me Too movement again.
For Diddy?
No, just in general. Just the way that they're going out there. Because now these folks is getting caught up for real.
I mean, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't like to mess with that Me Too stuff, man. You can say that. You can say that.
Because for me, I look at the statute of limitation. Like, what is that? Because a lot of these things that was happening, like you were speaking about Bill Cosby, a lot of times these folks kind of knew what they was going in. Not saying that it's okay to be drugged or whatever the case may be.
My only problem you're going to have with that is the level of sensitivity, because you don't know what it takes for somebody to come out with these stories against somebody that's so big.
Right.
You know
I agree with that.
So 30 years, I don't know, man. That's touchy. I don't really want to say nothing crazy on that, man. You know.
I do want to ask you this though. We saw a brash of people that wanted to see Jay-Z caught up in this stuff. Why do you think? I mean, and don't give me the easy answer because I know you probably just go because he's rich and he's popular. Just why do you think so many people were so for his downfall?
So many narratives been painted that he got something to do with it, and people want to feel like they was right in their argument against him.
The young rapper where they just straight up killing each other, like
Yeah.
But you know the old school rappers that's still doing it.
Even in the young brother was a young thug. Even in his case, they knew they was gonna let that man out. They get their money first.
Mm-hmm. I think even now they redoing so he can come back to Atlanta a little bit.
She said she ain't going for that. Yeah. That's still 5 years out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she ain't going for that. Yeah. What else you got? It seemed like the stream doing a little something different.
Oh, okay. Did it shut down or something? I don't know. Did it mess up?
I don't know. Might be my phone though.
I don't know. Either way, we'll talk about one more thing. Something they touched on last show. We talked about, are we too responsive as black men to some of the things that